Good evening, everyone. Motivation can come from as many different places as there are athletes in the world. What helps one reach their ultimate potential may be completely different than whomever they are competing against. Sometimes you can search forever to find the right way to be your best, and sometimes it's right in front of you. Ever heard of cyclocross?
You're going to ride on grass, you're going to ride on some pavement, probably some gravel in there, some dirt, a little bit of everything.
Don't worry, many haven't. It's a combination of road racing and mountain biking, usually run on something that's very close to a cross-country running course.
It's very you and me against each other. We're going to figure out who the best rider is during the entire race.
Greg Whitwer has been cyclocrossing for over 20 years. To him, it offered more of an appeal than traditional road racing.
I think that challenge really drew me to it. I didn't feel like I was just hopping on my bike and riding for 50 miles and then waiting for a 20-second sprint at the end to see who won.
The races are timed, usually either 30 or 60 minutes on a course that runs between 1.5 and 2 miles. And cyclocross provides a little extra challenge on every lap.
Every course has pretty much an area where you have to get off your bike and you have to run with your bike. The idea behind that is we race from beginning of September all the way through sometimes January. And when it gets really cold, you need to get that circulation in your feet.
Whitwer has raced all over the country and has racked up over 100 wins. His daytime job is a health and PE teacher at Varina High School. Students know that he rides, but some aren't convinced as to just how good he has become.
And then I'll tell them about that I race, and they're always like, oh, and I tell them, I go, just Google me. And they're like, no, you're not on Google. And I'm like, yeah, just Google me.
When they do, they find out that he won the 2018 National Championship for his age group, besting 80 other riders and becoming the second member of his family to win such an honor. His father has won 6 national titles. But to get to that peak, he needed the right coach.
She's a pit bull, man. She's a tough one.
Normally, a husband wouldn't be able to get away with describing his wife in such a manner. But Aaron Whitwer is the exception.
I can see in him and believe in him things when I watch him race that I don't think he quite believes yet.
Aaron was an accomplished rider herself before getting into coaching almost by accident. She developed a talent for finding talent in other riders, including the one that she lives with.
My husband will crumble. He will fail at a workout, and that's normal. That's where we know, okay, that's a limit right now. Well, it doesn't mean that you're terrible. It doesn't mean that you suck. It just means that's a spot that we need to work on.
She's seen me race for a long time and really has been able to zero in on what my weaknesses were and has really made me work on those.
But that work was not easy and led to some tensions boiling over that normally wouldn't be brought home to the dinner table that night.
I knew going into the workout, he was cursing me. And then I knew coming home, I needed to stay clear and be out of the house so that he could throw objects without me being in the way. And then once he chilled out and got over it, then things were fine. I know his potential and I want to see it.
In the end, as most wives usually are, Aaron was right. The trophy says it all.
She's seen the hard work, so for her to be there and see it all happen, and you know, it's like her winning her own national championship.
Like every other athlete these days, Greg is still training on his own to hopefully be able to compete again when this year's season begins in the fall. Aaron is still pushing him, and their 2 children are now along for the ride to cheer Dad on as well. If you'd like to nominate someone to be profiled, email us at beyondtheroster@WTVR.com. The news at 11 is coming right back.